Oh, here we go. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Derby Day. Glory Hunters. I'm here with Glory Hunter Nick, Old Firm, potentially Liverpool United, and actually, I think I'm going to do it. I think I really want to do Fenerbahce Galatasaray tonight. So I think there's a possibility we knock out all three. I'm a little iffier on the I want to see the Fenerbahce more than I want to see Liverpool. But tonight, a game with meaning in the Scottish Premiership, if it's completely unheard of. There is only a point that separates Rangers from Celtic. This is an extremely meaningful game. All the pressure being on Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the gang. Celtic looking a lot better. Tavernier coming into his own. Cantwell coming into his own. And a lower scoring year from Mr. Kyogo. But he has a tendency and a flair for the dramatic. Perhaps tonight we will see that in this afternoon game. Say what you want about the Scottish Premier League, I still really enjoy this rivalry. And what are your thoughts today? Could this be a good game? Or what do we got? It's always good. It doesn't seem to matter where they are in the standings. Where are you at?
It could be as good as the Scottish League can get.
Oh God, what's the matter with you? You're supposed to pump it up.
I am. I said it'll be as good as the Scottish League can get.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
You're one of those people like myself that believes that they should try to worm their way into the Premiership, correct?
Yeah. I mean, because they could be some of the biggest clubs in the world, but they're not because they play in a crap league.
The difference. I mean, every league. You know, you start to, especially financial, you can almost look at the table most years and see at the top who's making the most money and who's making the least amount of money, just by looking at the very table itself. But the disparity inside the Scottish League makes really the Old Firm the only real marketable thing, and you can see it because, like, look, Rangers and Celtic are international football clubs, and I got to admit, I see a lot more Scottish and Irish names, English names. When you get to the rest of the Premiership, when you look at the Hearts and Dundees and Tynecastle and all those teams, they're local guys. Not to say they're not talented, and the tradition in Scotland is still spectacular. I got to go to, I got to go to walk through Paradise. I got in a tour of Celtic Park, and it was good stuff. It was like magical stuff. But I do wonder, do these guys belong in this league? And it is kind of frustrating. But I don't want to talk about that. It doesn't matter. This is the Old Firm. This is what matters. And you can throw all the problems with the league aside. We're going very close into the split. If you don't know, if you Americans don't know what the split is, the top half of the table and the bottom of the half table splits. One decides the champion, and one decides the relegant. The relegants? Is that the right English? You're English.
Teams that are relegated.
The relegants, right? Is that the
I've
relegatees?
never heard of that before.
Me either.
They're just the teams that get relegated. Is all I know.
I wanted to be really English about it. I wanted to be really cool about it. But I'm really excited. Again, I wanted to mention before. We could talk about it a little before we go into this. I'm sorry. New York Red Bulls, MLS, top of the league, stand out. They took the best defense inside the MLS and took it apart. 2-1 win over Cincinnati. The clear first place, actually the top of the league. Top of the league in MLS. Very, very different looking MLS team, Red Bull team with Lewis Morgan and, of course, their big DP, Mr. Emil Forsberg, who is a joy to watch. And it's very clear that he doesn't belong in that league either. That's the thing. You get these magical players over there like you do with Messi. Messi makes his first appearance for Inter Miami after Colorado Rapids. manages to get a tie out of it. And with the first minute of him stepping on the field in the second half, he scores. Messi's just making way if he's healthy. The other thing I want to talk about is they are down, I think, 2-1 in the Champions Cup, and they got a game Wednesday. And Messi was not able to play in that first one. They are Inter Miami, a little pressure early, a month without Messi in all leagues, and they're staring down the barrel of elimination in Champions Cup. So that might be a story later. What else we got? Let's see. How meaningful is Liverpool Manchester today, as far as like the table's concerned? It's going to be a good match. I mean, I think United will play up. I don't see them getting blown out or anything, especially coming off that loss to Chelsea. But how real meaningful at this point is that? Is this just a derby day, or if United wins, does it do anything for their season? Because it looks to me it's just like Liverpool trying to protect their lead from United and Arsenal. City and Arsenal.
I mean, yeah, that is like the big thing. Obviously, it's a big derby anyway between the two of them. And then you've got the fact that City won yesterday, Arsenal won yesterday, so Liverpool need to win. So it's like one of those where like all of Liverpool, Arsenal and City's games are meaningful for the rest of the season because they pretty much all have to win from now till the end of the season.
So the only role United can play is spoilers at this point, which I'm sure they'd be happy to do.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Yeah.
They would happily do that but I think they're still in the race for Europe, so 3 points is going to be good for them. 3 points.
So so it could be it could be a real dogfight today. And then in the Turkish Cup final, Fenerbahce versus Galatasaray, one of the most brutal derbies. I didn't know this, but that's not a Turkish Superliga. That's the final tonight.
Is it?
So yeah, it's a final. So when I saw that, I was like, I really got to see that one. That starts at 7:30 your time, UK. I'm really thinking about doing it, and the boys are taking the field right now, and there is just something about this derby. I mean, I've heard about it when I was a kid, how legendary it was. I worked in a library when I was a kid, and the Scottish woman used to bring in all this what do you call it, Celtic propaganda, which had an effect on me, and told me all these stories and told me that a Rangers player killed a goalie about 80 years earlier, which of course wasn't true. Are you familiar with the death of the Rangers keeper? And it was about 100 years ago in the early part of the 20th century. Are you familiar with that? You lose me.
Well, I got you now.
Are you familiar with the death that happened early in part of the 20th century?
No,
a Rangers player. It was an accident because they actually had it on a film. Accidentally killed a Celtic keeper. Both going for the ball, and he got in front of it with his head, and it was basically lights out. But I remember, this rivalry. So if it was an accident, both sides said it was an accident. It was never any kind of issue, but I was literally told that those Protestants killed the Catholic for no reason. That's how hot this one could get. I don't know. It's 100 years ago. Too soon. But here we go. I will capture the score for you. You could watch along and line your stream with what we're watching. That would be super great. If we have any issues, I have trouble. I've had a lot of trouble with Rangers Celtic games, but we'll get it up and get it going any way we can. And we do have kickoff. There it is.
What players can step up and potentially be the hero today?
Well, traditionally, this is the Scottish style. Like there's a goal already! Unbelievable!
What just happened?
Unbelievable.
Maeda got the goal there by the looks of things.
It looked. I didn't see it. To be honest, it happened so fast, but it looked like they got caught napping.
This is the perfect start, isn't it?
Celtic scored.
It really is. Just one ball does for Rangers. Tavernier just dallies.
Oh,
And Maida is onto him. And I think
Tavernier went back lazy, and
it flies past Jack Butland.
As in my ear comes out of
it was
nowhere.
just a double on both ends. It was sort of a double screw up. Tavernier lollygag back. I don't think I'm being yeah, Tavernier lollygagged his way back, and Butler probably should have made that save.
Yeah, Tavernier goes to clear it left, and it just Maida's right there, so all the momentum just goes straight at the goal. It just came out of nowhere.
Really? God,
It's not even a minute in.
Yeah, no. Well, it's Celtic setting a precedent early. Wow, that'll wake you up. Well, if you're gonna give up a goal in the first minute, it's probably the best case scenario.
Oh yeah, you got 90 minutes to sort it out.
Yeah, but Tavernier just after praising him, he just got caught flat-footed. It's going in and out. Jeez, I didn't even get a chance to get settled.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
Really see how fit he is this afternoon. This is a totally different test.
Well, that's probably completely ruined every game plan.
Oh yeah, every single one. Yeah. Probably changed Celtic's approach as well. Number 38, Dezen Menda. With the good, it gives some credit to him. Yeah, I mean, we got two players drop the ball on Rangers, but he never gave up on the ball, and that's why he scored. And sometimes that's all it takes. Hustle.
Yeah,
Hustle.
it's good press.
Yeah. You think it's the type of situation where Felipe Clement said, "Hey, take it easy, take your time out there, don't try to get in a marathon or some kind of speed racing match with them early." And they took that a little too literally. And I guess what I wanted to ask you before, is the Scottish style unique in any way, or is it just kind of a part of the English style, run until you drop dead? Is there any, traditionally anyway, maybe not just in recent years?
I've not really heard of anything in particular about a Scottish style being sank. Like, so different that it's unique in a way.
It's really kind of a variant of the English.
I suppose so.
For,
so when people talk about
sure, go ahead.
Scotland traditionally, they talk about all the great players that used to play for Rangers and Celtic, and less so about the type of football that they play over there.
Rangers have a free kick kind of in the beginning of the final third. It's a long one, but they'll try to swing it in. Number 2, Tavernier will take that kick. I have my ref foam too, by the way. We use it outside for Tommy, so he doesn't cheat when he tries to get his Fortnite character. Here it is. Tavernier gets it in front. Easy, easy, easy for Hart.
Expect better from Tavernier in the situation. Bang on the money.
We have a German playing for Celtic. Number 10, Nicholas Garrett Kuhn.
An interesting name.
Yeah, Kuhn. And I said that with the proper umlaut.
I'm sure the Germans are all proud. There's a balloon on the pitch.
There is. It's Tavernier. Actually, he's fit as a fiddle. I shouldn't say that.
He didn't look fit as a fiddle for that goal.
No, he didn't. Looks like he needs some cardio.
lacking a bit of balance down this left-hand side. Silver and Sterling, two right footers.
Don't want to worry Rangers fans too early with this one, but
He's got 15 goals in 30 matches. Every other match. That's pretty damn good. 8 assists. He's had quite a season for Rangers. Big reason why they're a point behind. I hate to dump. He like out of all the players I respect, I definitely respect him and Cantwell the most. They can punish you.
And they can be punished.
Yeah, apparently for being lazy. I don't know what happened there. I think I can't imagine. I don't think it was a hustle situation. I'm pretty sure he didn't know Amanda was as close as he was.
It was extremely unlucky that his clearance ricocheted straight off of Maeda straight at the goal.
But it did look like he was
that wasn't
taking
a shot by Maeda.
Well, here's an opportunity. Celtic cleaned it up. German Kuhn up against two defenders, tries to blow by both of them, and they both go down. Foul Celtic. Rangers take the ball, and they bring it upfield down the left side. So much for taking it easy. I think everybody's just kind of realizing. And we are in Ibrox as well. I failed to mention that earlier. This is a Rangers home game. Now, with split, they'll split and each team will play each other once the rest of the season, correct? Depending on what side of the split they're on. So there will be another. There will be another Premiership Celtic Rangers game.
A win here today puts you sort of in the driving seat for the rest of the season. So it's huge for either side.
Well, the Rangers player went down. Ref says play on. And
yeah, it's Liam Scales again, just backtracking here. Did have a bit of a lunge into the tackle, but he clearly takes the ball. You know, there's no doubt about it. He maybe just catches Scott right on the ball.
Scottish right wing, Scott Wright, taking the worst of that. Oh wow, we got some blood, sweat, and tears already. Scales with his blood on his right lip.
Question is his own.
Is Cantwell not in the line?
No. I think he's injured.
Oh, he's off. No, he's on the bench, so he's probably coming off an injury. These guys playing like this game means something. It is shippy. Rangers get it deep. Get it in the box, and Rangers player goes down in the box. Ref play says play on. We got another one. Rolling on the ground. And we also got a, well, grew up in the stream. Rangers player still down. Number 7. Fabio Silva. Silva's still down. He's holding his... I bet that did hurt.
I think it was just outside the box as well.
A foot collision, for lack of a better word.
No, it's fine.
Also, number 42, Colin McGregor, not starting today as well. So it's really some of the biggest stars for both teams are starting off on the bench.
I wonder how quickly the players buy into the old firm. Because obviously, as a Celtic as
I always
or a
wonder
Ranger
that
fan,
myself.
it's a huge thing, like historically. So you grow up with it. Whereas if
Sure.
you're like a Todd Cantwell joining the league for the first time, I wonder how quickly, when you're in the game, you sort of like understand
Jeez,
like,
what
how big of a
hustle by
thing it is.
Kyogo there. Almost intercepted the pass by Butland.
On by Taylor.
Butland grew up getting picked on a lot. Suppose he was bullied.
Typically,
Probably still does.
Yeah.
on Derby Day in Glasgow, and a free kick for Fabio.
England's future number one.
Carter Vickers, the offender.
You're kidding, right?
It was like a thing like 10 years ago, and then for like 5 years he was called England's future number one,
And
and
it's never
never got to it.
Ugh.
Yeah, for like years he was touted to be England's future number one, until he wasn't.
It happens sometimes. As an American, I know the Freddie Adu story.
Hmm.
Looking for Maida, who got his
Maida in tries to get across to Kyogo, but it goes wide.
from Kyogo.
Goal kick.
That run from Dazen Maida. The pass perfect from Hatate really was. Kyogo.
I always wondered about that too. Even with when I was a kid with certain hockey teams, like
Great opportunity for
if you're from Toronto, why would you care about Rangers Islanders? But it just seems to happen. I guess if the fans are into it, it's important to them. It's important to you. You also have the opportunity, like you'll understand if I have big games in the old firm, I'm going to be a legend. There's a lot of motivation there. And of course, this game doesn't need that because of how tight the table is.
Good job he didn't punch it out.
I suppose the atmosphere probably plays into it as well. But the atmosphere is going to be different at an old firm game compared to the rest of the league. And so maybe you feel it when you're in that stadium on the day. You can feel how big of an occasion it is for the fans.
You can see the quality they possesses.
Lawrence misjudging that, although it is rather breezy. Back by Diamande.
A lot of garbage in the field. Like looks like
Rangers.
it's like a jacket blowing on the field or paper. It gets caught on Kuhn's foot. And he drags it all the way to the top of the box.
It's tactical that. He's going to go chuck it at the Rangers defence.
Greg Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor needs an option. Nothing materialised. Butland goes long towards Scott Wright. Who, after coming on
One
as a
pass to the
Celtic
keeper.
nine,
Flex
all
back and
games, finally gets to start one.
Rangers at end. Cavaliers got it. The pressing from Celtic is giving all sorts of problems to the center backs.
Just slightly hesitant.
Yeah.
Rangers. The back especially. Golson and Sousa taking too many touches. They're just like Celtic.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Like, I don't know what Rangers' plan for the pressing was, but it's not working because Celtic are just like penning them in. Every single time they've got the ball, there's a Celtic player next to them. They don't seem comfortable to play it around them.
Carter Vickers both going for it. Fabio Silva.
Well, that's obviously where the goal came from as well, was
Yeah,
the
it's true.
pressing of
Pressing,
Celtic.
yeah.
Pressured by Sterling.
Well, I think the question is now is how long can Celtic keep that up? There's a lot of running, a lot of sprinting.
Mm.
We're going to find out about him this afternoon, aren't we? Recent performances have been good against Livingston and St Johnstone, but this is the big test.
Maybe we'll see them ease up as the half goes on, especially as they're ahead. Just try and conserve a bit of energy so they can start going at it again in the second half.
O'Reilly. Lundstrom onto this.
Lundstrom looks for a cross inside the box. It's blocked away by Celtic.
Was there
And,
to meet the cross.
Jeez, Lawrence.
Iwata finding his feet in this game.
Tough. Tomke to the ground. No call there.
Yeah, you can
Oh, I've got a question here for you.
Yeah,
A
sure.
question from Hentai for Life in the chat says, which of these two clubs is the smaller club?
I would say Rangers.
Controversial choice. Why do you think that?
Um,
Rangers have only managed one win in their last.
because I heard stories about Celtic growing up in America where soccer's not popular, and Rangers were bad.
Iwata. O'Reilly.
It's hard to argue with it.
Well, I mean, look, if you go to any Irish pub in like New York City or Boston, you're gonna see somebody's gonna have a jersey hanging up. Somebody's gonna have some, Celtic paraphernalia,
There on his left foot.
and being a person that frequents those establishments, I've run into a few, and having parents that like going to Irish pubs when I wasn't old enough to drink.
Bobby of Silva helping out back there. Carter-Vickers gets there ahead of Dessers.
Yes, a good battle already turning between Carter-Vickers and Dessers. Just seen in that previous range attack. Really two
I went into an Irish pub one time, and it was a goof. I forget, I was in Florida, and they had a skeleton
Closing him now.
in like a glass coffin, and on the coffin it said, this is the
Almost got away from
body of hold on, here we go, opportunity but broken up by heart. This is the body of I don't know, Margaret O'Reilly. She was put to death by the English in 18 something or other, and she killed 3 English soldiers with her bra straps or something. It was, like, they didn't have bras back then. And it was obviously a goof,
Yeah.
but they had this like it was it was a kind of stood up coffin, and they had a skeleton in there, and a whole thing like you're going to a museum.
September played in midfield in the December derby. Minor taking on Tavernier again.
Does well to create the yard, but how many times have we seen that? Days in Maida in the Celtic jersey just lacks that final ball. Celtic very aggressive with their press.
Also, you might think Matthew O'Reilly, number 33 of Celtic, is Irish or Scottish. Logical. No, he's Danish. He grew up in Denmark.
Naturally.
Yeah. Sterling brings it over the midpoint line. Oh, refs had enough.
Yellow card of the contest.
Nicholas Kuhn, little tug back on Sterling. I don't
Nicholas
know
Kuhn,
whether
German Nicholas Kuhn, first yellow.
collective amount of tackles where I think he'd be slightly unfortunate. I can't remember him making too many more fouls.
Yeah, he definitely gave that signal when he was pointing over different.
Ref's trying to say, calm it down, bring it down, guys, with that card.
Feel rather hard done
Ooh.
by there.
Yeah, I think that's called a scattergun approach.
I think
John B.
he must be counting a few Carter-Vickers.
Yeah, you think the ref's trying to calm it down a little bit, considering it's chippy, high energy, before things
I
get
mean,
out of
yeah,
hand?
we're what, 20 minutes in, and there's been quite a lot of like little fouls and whatnot all throughout the game already. So yeah, makes sense if the ref wants to try and just cut a bit of that out, start carding people.
Standards are slipping on that front.
Yeah, they're becoming tamer affairs now, here, aren't they?
Iwata. Lundstrom moves in. Iwata survives. O'Reilly.
Celtic bring it over the line.
Minor. Minor still going.
Tamaki taken down. Rangers control. They bring it over there into the Celtic end.
Scott Wright one side.
Long through ball to nobody. Picked up by Hart.
It's a terrible choice.
Yeah.
Just to block off the run of Dessers.
There's the pass also. It's a right-footed pass. It's always going to be moving away from the goal. It wasn't, for me, not the right option.
It's almost as if he got to that position and didn't know what to do, and just saw space and passed
space and put it in. I would have done the same thing. But that's yeah, I would have hit triangle too.
And that's why you're not a professional footballer.
There you go. I'm not even that good at FIFA.
Real interesting. Both teams are kind of trying to press the same way with a midfielder popping out to the other centre back. But what it's doing for Rangers, it's freeing Lawrence up. For Celtic, it's normally O'Reilly's finding himself in a higher up position just off the back of John Lundstrom.
The same play happens again. Ouch.
Just heavy with the pass. Figures round.
I seem to slow down a little bit. So a lot more midfield play and a collision after collision after collision after collision. Oh boy. Long range free kick. Wasn't Nakamura's range right there though.
Not quite.
Yeah. Celtic legend. Shinsuke Nakamura. Rangers earn a corner after the free kick.
Opportunity for Rangers.
See how windy it is with the corner flags, although not as windy as some places over the weekend, when the corner flags were virtually touching the ground yesterday.
Here comes the delivery. In swinger. Oh, just over the top of the crossbar. Have you ever been to Glasgow?
Sorry?
Have you ever been to Glasgow?
I have not, no. I've never been to anywhere in Scotland, to be fair.
Live so close too. Right.
Well, that's, you know, who wants to? There's too many Scottish people up there.
You're in trouble.
Should have done then.
Oh, some pinballing, and then now all of a sudden Silva has it down the left side. He tries to center it, but it's easily dealt with. Celtic ball.
O'Reilly.
The Dane O'Reilly finds Kyogo. And Maida moves in, but it's dealt with by Tavernier. Boy, I tell you something, that Maida, he's a hustler. He chases down every ball, man.
And he's so quick as well.
Yeah, he's very fast. Really poor throwing by Celtic. It deflects, but they're maintaining control. Uh-oh, he's Maida. Excellent save by Butland.
Pressure's not off yet, though.
Kept occupied by Fabio Silva. Kuhn. Atata is alongside.
A lot more confident passes. Here comes a strike on net, and it goes wide.
That was rather close as well.
Well, you cannot give him
Celtic look very smooth, a lot more confident, a lot smoother with their passes.
little shift.
And there's just an intensity that Rangers don't have. Surprising.
Yeah, every time they've got to the final third, Rangers have wasted it. And, like, even at the back, whenever they get the ball, they look a bit panicked. You know, they don't look comfortable at all. whilst Celtic, when they have the ball, complete confidence.
Rangers. Lawrence lines up a big shot. It's blocked. Celtic makes the clearance. Oh, don't do that to me.
Really threw me off there.
Yeah.
Sterling for Fabio Silva, grappling with Carter Vickers. Sterling.
Yeah, these passes are just really bizarre, but if Pinball's out in front, Rangers control, top of the box.
Wasted yet again.
Jack Butland, the England squad last month, but he is being watched today by the England manager Gareth Southgate at Ibrox.
Yeah, I think he can find it. He can count.
Wait a minute. They just announced that Butland is being watched by Gareth Southgate, who's apparently in the audience. I thought you said...
tells me he's not getting called up.
Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, in fairness, Butland
He's
had a
come
rip.
to watch him, and Butland's letting that goal in the first minute of the England manager watching him.
Yeah.
He must be kicking himself.
He might be just there for the game, too, right?
Well, he might be, but whenever he's at any game ever that an Englishman's playing in, they say, oh, he's here to watch this guy.
Yeah.
He could just be using it as an excuse to go watch the Old Firm.
Yeah. I guess
just tell him I'm watching Butland.
Yeah, because...
Get free tickets.
Yeah, that's a nice perk. Yeah, let's go to Glasgow this weekend, babe, and just make a night of the whole thing. Go night into town. Oh, you have work? Nah, just say I'm going to see Butland. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorted.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for when he tries it for Real Madrid, and they're like, oh, he's here to watch Jude Bellingham.
Something there. I just think he wants Dessers to be in contention when that ball goes forward rather than just being a
We're getting close to 30th minute.
Well, I think Rangers at Ibrox are used to having control for the first 30 minutes, and in this particular game, it's Celtic who seemingly have control. He's used to his teams dictating.
At the half-hour mark, and Rangers haven't managed a shot on target yet.
There's just a lot less intensity from Rangers.
Yeah, it just feels that way.
You see Celtic just playing it around the back, calm as anything, no pressure. But you look at it at the other end, when Rangers get the ball, there's just Celtic on them constantly.
I can't help but wonder if it's just conceding that first goal so quick, like you said. Changes everything. Oh, Celtic with an intercept as they move in the final third. Nice little play. Lovely. Chip and on, and a beautiful save by Butland.
That was fantastic from Maeda there, though.
Yeah.
Lovely cross. Great header, but an even better save.
Oh, short corner for Celtic as they move in. Seems like the right choice considering how much you're able to create opportunities quickly on the transition. Here's right out in front. Butland with an unbelievable save. Point blank. As he actually holds it together for Rangers.
Oh, that's why Southgate's here.
Yeah, I guess so. And we're talking about, after conceding that goal, three big save. Now, I thought that save was a little better live than when I saw the replay, but it was still a heads-up play either way. I thought he actually, Celtic forward got a foot on it. Here it is. Butland reads it well, and then even at pinballs, and he's still able to cover, and just out of reach. I got to be honest with you. Had he gotten a foot on it, I think Butland would have, at very least, deflected it, if not caught it.
Might be a penalty here, though. They're going to VAR for a potential handball.
And they're going to take a look.
And honestly, I'm not sure. I could see this being given after watching the replay there.
It would be unfortunate. Ugh, I can too. Elbow.
His elbow out like that hits his elbow.
Yeah, elbow looks
I don't know.
Goldson, Englishman Goldson. Center back. There it is.
Yeah.
And Celtics got a chance to go up 2-0 in the half. This would be a devastating blow. Yeah, that's certainly not a natural position while Goldson was in the air.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but...
Yeah, I don't really like to see that. Them the rules. That's the end of it.
I just think that kind of sucks about handball, because most of the time it's not like they've done it on purpose sort of thing. Like, there's no way kind of Goldson's put his arm there thinking, yeah, I'll stop the cross with it.
Well, there's no card given in the play.
Yeah.
But them the rules. Does Butland have another save in him?
It's a great advert for the England job if he saves this, though, isn't it?
Well, actually, yeah. He saves this, especially with all those other saves. It shows that he can come back from adversity. And I mean that quite literally. I mean, that first goal was awful. And then he makes 3 giant saves right after that. And I can't understand their giant saves. Butland deep in there. Oh, he chips him.
2-0 Celtic.
Celtic are 2-0 up, and Ibrox is officially silenced.
Well, how'd you like them? I mean, blimey, what a nerve.
Somebody just said blimey unironically.
Blimey.
Goes down early. I mean, that is...
Thierry Henry's a man who likes that word.
Matthew O'Reilly, the Dane, buries the penalty.
He looks very Danish.
Or should I say Danish national? By potentially an Irish traitor.
Standout performer for Celtic this season has doubled their lead at Ibrox.
You say that, but you'd be an Irish traitor.
Well, I know I'm American.
Yeah, see? You would pick America, so you're an Irish traitor.
No, I'm not sure. I've got no family left in Ireland. Well, I'll tell you something. If Team USA didn't want me and Ireland wanted to shoehorn me in, I'd do it. How about that?
Yeah.
Be a real patriot.
That's what Grealish and Rice did.
What?
That's what Grealish and Rice did. They played for Ireland until England came calling.
Well, I wouldn't go to England. That would be treasonous. I'd sooner curtsy the Queen. Oh, there's a cross that Celtic nearly puts in, or Kyogo rather. Yeah, they're looking a little defeated right here.
He's got to go back across Jack Butland. Celtic should be out of sight.
Butland just getting shelled.
Fabio Silva.
I can't imagine.
Got the ball, but Silva writhing in agony.
Hentai for Life in the chat is saying they can't believe they're sacrificing sleep to watch 2 small clubs and saying they didn't even know Scotland had a league. which is interesting coming from a Manchester City fan.
Yeah.
A club with less history than both of these.
Their own pass to 2-0 down, and now Maida. Tavernier sorted him out that time.
Yeah, he's making me. I kind of have Manchester. I'm in a pool, and I have City winning the league. I was trying to win money, but I gladly give that to money so I could just fuck with Hentai for Life in the chat as much as I can. And if you like to fuck with the football fans that support teams that you don't like, make sure you join our Discord. Pretty active. Post your stuff. Lots of banter. And we're also looking for Kyogo gets a shot point blank again, and Butland picks it up. He is like Butland has just been shelled. Yeah, after that rebound, he gave up. Uh-oh. We have something for Rangers here. They're top of the box. What was that?
That was Rangers all game so far.
Yeah.
Every time they get in that final third, just waste. Wasted pass after wasted pass. Defensively, they've not been too good because Celtic are having chance after chance. And offensively, they're completely wasting it every time they get the ball up there. You know, this is... Rangers are getting absolutely ruined here, really. Butland's probably the only guy you can say can come out of this looking good.
Yeah, really.
Really.
The big occasion has certainly fallen flat for Rangers, but Celtic have sparkled.
The plan of attack has worked. A through ball to Kyogo, blocked out in front. And Silva's down again. Is Silva going to die? Because I've never seen anybody roll like this. I mean, he looks like he's spitting and...
We can only hope.
Silva has been really hamming it up every time there's some kind of contact. Yeah. Certainly he was fouled, but oh, now he's angry and perfectly fine after he's holding his face as he you'd think he got hit with a shotgun slug. Either way, yellow card's given. Alistair Johnston.
There's another balloon on the pitch.
Well, it's Rangers
it's
fans.
Blue.
Rangers fans. Being a pain in the ass as usual.
Lawrence wastes a pass again.
Again. Celtic bring it up. Tavernier doesn't seem to know what to do with it either. Through ball to Kyogo. Only a defender in front of him. Fires it is blocked. Oh, well, there we go.
Goldson got across well there, to be fair to him.
Build unusually, so they'll go down this side. O'Reilly's going to be shown a yellow card now as he left a bit on Diamande.
And O'Reilly picks up one.
All the yellows seem to go in Celtic way. I don't think Rangers have had a yellow yet. And that's 3 for Celtic.
Well, if ever Rangers needed something from this. towards Goldson, but it's cleared by Scales. Sterling. Dessers looking to get there. And Johnston puts it behind.
Well, he did the right thing, Alistair Johnson. Dessers has that physicality. Read the flight of the ball well. And this will be loaded in on top of Joe Hart, I'm pretty sure about that.
Corner. Oh, wow. More blood, sweat, and tears.
Blimey.
Be around for this.
It's a lot of blood.
Gonna need that attended to.
How's that even happened?
I don't know. I don't even know how the...
Collided with one of his teammates.
I don't even know how Scales got hurt. Tavernier with the corner. Here's the delivery.
Tavernier takes the corner. And Joe Hart
Punched away. Looks like it'll
right on top of him that.
be another corner.
Again, similar to the one that Diamandi put in earlier for the goals and chance. He's just using the wind to get it right on top of Joe Hart. To be honest, he deals it pretty well. 2 hands on it, fists it out for another corner.
John Suter caught by Connor Goldson's arm. Diamandi's
The Goldson's arm
There's
seems
another
to be catching
delivery.
everything.
Celtic deal with it again. Carter Vickers, I think. Top back by Tavernier, but it was drifting away from Lundstrom before he stumbled.
That's the only time they've looked like scoring.
Even when
Has been good.
Rangers are able to get it in danger area, Celtics able to put out the fire quickly.
Momentum within the game, you know, has been quite a dominant.
Yeah, 3 yellow cards, all on the right side. Kuhn, O'Reilly, and Johnson.
The side playing against Fabio Silva, who's been on the floor for half the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They should have made that bit of firmer contact there. With Kyogo lurking, but it did work out. It needs to work out for Rangers with Lawrence.
Rangers opportunity again. I will say,
Celtic
Rangers
win
have
it
been aggressive
again.
with their tackles. And here's another one.
Yes.
By Maida, another free kick. Rangers
Pretty
in a
quick.
lead.
Rangers elect to go with the quickie.
John Suter is getting a bandage around his head.
They control.
Still a man down. Tavernier looking to run onto this.
Yeah, Tavernier gets these bumped right off like it's no big deal. Tavernier, who looks like he can play in the NFL.
Vickers, wasn't it?
Diamande. Suter has
Diamande just
He might be quickly into the
allows the ball to be intercepted. Through ball to Kyogo. Kyogo alone. Looks for Mendy, but gets it to a rock. Oh, Tom K fires on net, and it's wide.
going wide as he slipped.
Yeah, he slaps getting the shot again. It's the one where he slaps. It goes right foot off left foot again. It was never going to trouble Jack.
Tom K Awata
But
with that
Diamandi
shot.
has been off the pace. You know, he's sloppy in possession. He's looking
Number
pretty
24.
for me as well. Again, the occasion just seems to be getting the better of him.
There will be 2 additional minutes in this first half.
I think the guys in the studio before the game quite rightly talked about that midfield battle. In the first half, Celtic have dominated.
Silva with the ball. He tries to get one deep aerially, but it's cut off by the Celtic D. O'Reilly pushed out of balance. Rangers ball as they enter the final third. The passing just isn't as crisp.
Scott Wright.
Scott Wright gets a through ball right in for Silva, and it's stuffed. They have no idea where it is. It's,
And he saves it.
he makes another. Keeper makes another save.
Yes, Rangers.
Silva in the box. Hart makes 2 saves. The second, he didn't even know where he was. Hart had actually made a 360, turned around looking for the ball. As he turned around, Silva fired it in. He managed to make a second save.
Minutes into the
Hart comes up with
additional period here.
a hilarious double. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, certainly.
A huge opening.
He literally spun around. Hey, where the hell's the ball? 2 minutes extra time. We only got 30 seconds left.
as usual, has flown by, although it might not have felt that way if you're a Rangers fan. Telling contribution to the cause from Joe Hart at the end of the half. It's not going to get worse for Rangers, is it? Kuhn over towards Maida, steered away by Tavernier.
That's half time.
That's the half.
Moment just before the interval. That chance, Silva's got to bury that, but Joe Hart really narrows the angle well there.
A half that went terrible to the start, from start to finish, really, for Rangers. I thought Celtic were the much better of the two sides in that first half. A deserved 2-0 lead.
Not a hot take.
Quite simply, they haven't been ready for Celtic. Dyson Maida after 21 seconds in a flashback to a 5th-minute goal here last season, and Matt O'Reilly's nonchalant penalty.
2-0 Celtic.
In the big derby at Ibrox. It's Rangers 0. It's Celtic.
While this game does have the intensity, what it doesn't have is it's not well played by any stretch.
I'm just really disappointed with how Rangers have played, in all honesty. I was expecting more from them, especially as this is a top two clash and they've been completely off the pace. They've been terrible in the final third, their passing has been sloppy, whilst Celtic have been the complete opposite.
Really,
They've been
this is the most
way better
meaningful
on the
game
ball.
that they've had since the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup last year. You know, and
Celtic have come out to play. Their pressing has been fantastic. They've been so much better with the ball at their feet. Their passing has been on point, whilst Rangers, their passing's been bad. They've not been defensively strong, and they've failed every time they've gone forward.
Bizarre. You know what I hate?
So you spoke about
Sorry,
no, you go ahead.
I transfer rumors. They're so boring. It's like there's nothing else to talk about besides transfer.
Yeah.
Let me look at this article by 90 Minutes. When and how Kylian Mbappe plans to announce Real Madrid move? Who fucking cares?
I certainly don't.
When and how? Well,
That's why I usually just follow like Fabrizio and Ornstein,
yeah, no,
just
they're
because
right to the
it's
point.
like they either say what's going to happen or they confirm what's happened, and that's enough for me. I don't need any
I scrapped my
speculation.
subscription to The Athletic, which was a whole $1, because I got sick of modern social issues being shoehorned into every article. Well, I shouldn't say they're articles. They're all, or if they were, I couldn't tell. They're all it's all just punditry, but God, it's quite boring.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah, but I mean, like Fabio talks about transfer, but you know he's getting stuff. He's got his ear to the grind, so he's working for that information. You know he's a journalist.
Yeah, and like the stuff they post, they're the kind of journalists, they only post things that they know there's like legit stuff there, because that's what their reputation, like Fabrizio Romano's reputation is built on. If he says it, it's true, sort of thing, about a transfer. You know, he doesn't write pieces speculating on where someone could go or something like that. If he says it, that means there's legitimately something there, sort of thing. And so that's why I only really pay attention to that, because it's like actual information rather than just, you know,
when and
bollocks.
how he decides. You know what I hope he does? I hope he gets about 4 hookers and streams from a hotel room filled with cocaine. That's what I hope he does.
That would make for a good announcement video.
I'm going to Real Madrid, bitches. Just play some like obnoxious hip hop music in the background. Have the girls jump on the bed. You know, how's that for an announcement?
It would go viral.
Yes, it would. I mean, if you want to be an influencer, it's a good place to start.
Not sure his PR team will like it, though.
Mm. Well, I don't think they have the vision that Killian has. Here's one. Liverpool won. Vinicius Jr. I don't. For a Salah replacement. As good as he is,
I mean,
as good as
he plays on the other side.
On paper, it's perfect. It's a perfect replacement in a lot of ways. My problem with him is there's so much going on off the field with him and in the media that I fear it'd be a distraction for Liverpool.
Maybe. But maybe that comes down here. Because a lot of the time it's racism from the stands, right? But when was the last time there was a huge issue here where players were being racially abused at a game?
Mm.
So maybe that sort of calms down with Vinicius over here. Or suddenly we start hearing about how every Premier League side is racist.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's what I wasn't going to say it.
Who knows?
My issue with him is not that he bitches about it as much as he likes to shush the crowd after he scores a goal. He likes to interact with the away fans. And he'll literally be on tears like he was last week, crying about the abuse that he gets. Now, certainly shushing the crowd doesn't justify some kind of racial comment. I mean, there's no justification for that. I know there's no justification, but it just seems like if it hurts you that deeply, why would you encourage it?
Yeah,
I also worry about referee intimidation. Because it's always the same story. The refs didn't do anything. Probably because they wanted to keep the game going. This is not. It hasn't been a look. This what happened with Lukaku last year at Inter Milan was unacceptable. I know a lot of American soccer players supported him by doing the shush thing after he got a red card for shushing the crowd. And he wasn't complaining. He just went back at them. And again, I don't care that Vinicius goes at those stupid racists and hammers them a little bit. That's fine with me. But then you're going to complain about it? I don't get that.
Yeah. It's like poking it. It's like you're being attacked by a bear, you poke it, and then you get mad that it's got angrier and is going at you more.
Yeah.
But what I was going to ask was, you mentioned about the Red Bull score. Was there anything else interesting happen in the MLS last night?
I haven't. I to be honest with you, I checked the Miami. I haven't checked the other games out because I usually watch when I have time. I watch Wrap Up, which is a great show, and all leagues should have a Wrap Up type show. Apple TV has done a spectacular job. Not only with the visuals and the camera work they use, it's just so much better than Europe. It's just the way they do the shows. They have a wraparound. But I'll give you some scores if you like. Little surprising score here. Columbus finishes with a red card, and they tied DC United 1-1. Cincinnati, of course, the best defense, the last undefeated team, defeated by New York Red Bulls 2-1. Miami, Colorado is 2-2. New England, Charlotte. New England with a bad start gets the only goal and the W over Charlotte. NYCFC also a bad start. They managed to get a point out of Atlanta with a 1-1 tie. Vancouver, Toronto, or Canadian teams really making an impact. In this case, is the impact on another Canadian team. 4-0 Vancouver over Toronto. None of the Canadian teams made the playoffs last year. Quite a story, and I think one of the unique things about the MLS, so usually it takes years to move up the table. In Europe, it can literally be next season and everything can be different. I'm just finding about how come I didn't get the notification for that? We had the El Tráfico last night. LAFC over Galaxy 2-1. A little bit of surprise there, considering Galaxy was playing so well. Austin FC 4-3 over San Jose. Chicago 2-1 over Houston. Minnesota pulls a red card, and they also get a tie 1-1 with Salt Lake. Nashville, 4-start under the line thus far. A little bit of a surprise, and they lose to Philadelphia 2-1. St. Louis gets a 0-0 tie. I said nil. Did you see that? Seattle Sounders also with a bad start, but they take on French-speaking Montreal and beat them 5-0. So maybe that's putting a little damper on the Canadian resurgence. Sporting Kansas City will be tonight, if you're in the United States. It looks like it'll be at 1:45 Eastern Standard. And there you go. Well, there's your MLS scores. What happened in Liga MX last night? I didn't know there was no Trafico this weekend. It's so weird. I missed it. I have to watch the. I have to take a look at the highlights on that sucker. I usually go ahead, and I didn't do this week, and I go Foot Mob and I star the big games, and certainly the derbies, but I didn't do it this week.
Plenty of derbies this week as well.
Oh yeah, this is really derby day.
Well, we had that Sporting versus Benfica game ended with a Sporting win. I saw that, which puts them clear at the top of the table now.
Well, you also had what was it? Lazio played last night. They played their rival.
Yeah, Roma won that 1-0, I believe.
Yeah, the Rome rivalry. 1-0, correct. And of course, Liverpool United, Fenerbahce Galatasaray. That kickoff will be at 7:30 p.m. UK time. $2:30 Eastern.
Another
Standard.
big tie. Both teams at the top of the table.
Fenerbahce, but this is a cup final, from what I understand. Let me double check this. 6 hours. Top of that. Yes, Super Cup final. I'm not too familiar with the Turkish Super Cup.
Me neither. Wow. They're completely even on head-to-head. Both sides have won it 11 times with 12 draws.
Hell, one of the reasons I think we're going to cover this sucker.
So whoever wins it goes head-to-head historically.
Pissing me off because it says it's on Sky and WoW in Germany. I haven't seen it anywhere on WoW. I have WoW, which is called Now in England. Why wouldn't they just call it Now over here? It's not like the Germans are that unfamiliar.
Unless it's WoW originally, they changed it to Now over here.
Mm. We're going to have fun with those names tonight. It's fun to check out these derbies across the world. I enjoyed watching the South African Soweto derby last year. Both the Orlando Pirates and Kaiser Chiefs haven't really been much of a factor, though.
Oh, Mamelodi at the top of the table at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar, but I know that's a mega derby over there. Seemed like a lot of fun. Seemed a little more friendly, at least the way it was being portrayed in South African media than maybe some European ones. Soweto. South African players have made it the Premiership off the top of your head.
Stephen Pienaar. He played for Everton for a lot of years. I think he might have been at Spurs once. Yeah, Stephen Pienaar was in England for a while. Benny McCarthy, Champions League winner with Porto. Played for West Ham and Blackburn off the top of my head over here. There's one more obvious one, but I can't think of his name right now. It's going to annoy me.
Celtic down, or excuse me, up 2-1 to Rangers. Been a disappointing game by Rangers. I don't know how else to put it. Just sloppy, choppy, and can't finish. And as they say in England, shite. Rangers players leaving, entering the field now.
Oh yeah, Aaron McElwain.
With the sloppy play of Rangers, they managed to be almost even in possession time. A slight advantage to Rangers, 51%.
I think it just goes to show how poor they've been.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they've not had the ball to do things with it. They've had the slightly more of the ball to do with it than Celtic have, and they've not come close to scoring, really.
No, really haven't.
While Celtic look way better in possession.
Remarkably, 18 of Celtic's last 23 Premiership goals against Rangers have been scored in the first half. There's nothing quite like getting the job done early.
No, there's not, but Brendan Rodgers will know that his team, you just got to see this one through. The next goal, so crucial. I don't think any surprise that Philip Clement has made a change. Maybe could have made more. Kenny?
Yeah, I thought he could have. You know, there's another few out there that are quite fortunate. They're probably going to get another 10-15 minutes to actually show that they're capable to maybe of improvement within this game.
Well, but for Butland, this game could have been out of sight for Rangers. Diamande has won it back. That's just drifted away from Fabio Silva.
Rangers' perspective, it's about being braver in this second half. First half showed a bit of fear, really, where Celtic showed.
But really, Jack Butland, the only reason the score isn't 4-0. Good performance despite the adversity.
Certainly. He's come up with some big saves. More crap on the pitch.
Yeah. These Rangers fans, I swear. Really living up to their reputation. With their balloons. Be like Germans and have remote control cars and fireworks.
Celtic have had 3 players booked. Kuhn here, Johnston there.
Oh, Celtic gets it deep to the right. Attempted cross, but Sterling with a brutal block. Rowan, deep, wasted away. No, comes up with the corner. O'Reilly to take the corner.
This will be a concern for Rangers.
I'd like a beer. I should have got a beer. What was I thinking? If Celtic buries this, I'm going to get a beer. Oh, short corner. Coming in. Top. Tomsky fires. Butland save.
Ooh. I reckon Will would have been raging about that. Not only does he see a short corner end up with a goal, but it's against his own team. He would have been heartbroken.
Not a big fan. I disagree with Will a little bit. I don't like teams that lean on it, but I do think you got to surprise them every so often. And I also think it's a good thing to do when you can just outpass your opponents.
There's a team in the lower leagues in England,
yeah,
who have actually been like really successful with it. Where like even their manager said about it in a press conference because they asked him about why his team always takes short corners, and he pointed out statistically they had the best conversion rate from corners in the league. But because they went as a short corner and pass it, it doesn't get put down as like a corner goal.
He doesn't put it as a corner, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that too because
statistically they've done the best.
If you look at a heat map, it's really just this simple. The closer you are from any kind of set piece, the odds start to go up. They start to creep up. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, completely true. So he's trying to go with the numbers, little advanced stats over there. Who knows? That might be something we might see from the future. The corner kick as we know it, they start doing the math on something like that, then that's it. You're not going to get that traditional corner kick anymore. If they figure out the odds are in your favor. Tavernier, Silva, top of the box. He lays it off. Rangers look to shoot. No. Gets it to the corner to Silva. Silva tries to walk through. Gives up the ball. Deflects off a Celtic defender. Pinball in the air. Back to Silva. Deep. Silva rolls like the jackass that he is in the box. Trying to draw at all times. And it hasn't worked once. Silver's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Johnston's played that really well there for Celtic. Didn't let Fabio Silva have a chance there. So that was fantastic defending from Johnston. And yeah, pathetic again from Silva on the floor again.
Silva's made a fool of himself. Robin being his favorite player growing up.
Well, it says he's from Portugal, but I've got to question that. He seems a lot more South American to me.
How about this? All the Latin players died. Ronaldo's not much better.
Yeah. Although I feel like Ronaldo has a lot more legitimate cases because he's actually
he's
good,
fouled
so
a lot more, but I've seen him hold his
foul him.
face and fall to his knees when nobody's near him as well. I mean,
Yeah. That is fair.
Silva in the corner again. Let's see if he flops. Yeah, he does. Oh, wait a minute. This time he might have drawn it. Yellow card comes up. Is that for Silva? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Silva gets a yellow card for embellishment. That's great. It's about time. It's about time. Yeah. It is good to see. Good. Good, you bastard. It's disgusting. It's a disgrace to the game. Cheating. You're a cheater. Why are you praying? God is not going to take the yellow card away. Here's the thing. You could make an argument as a legit foul. The problem is he's fouled so often. The contact looks light, though. But you could make an argument that's a foul after we've seen the replay. What do you think?
I think that's worth looking at.
Yeah.
I think that's worth looking at, certainly. Like the boy cried wolf, this might be the one time he actually has been fouled.
I think they had enough of it. I think the ref got another. I can't blame him for blowing this call if that's the case.
Yeah, the ref's had enough, and he's gone down again. It's like that's it. The ref has probably thought to himself, he goes down again and carded him, and he's seen him go down, and he's gone straight for it. But he's looking at the monitor.
Is the
This
ref
is another good
is the
argument
ref
for
under
VAR,
pressure?
though.
Yeah, the ref's going to the.
I think this could be a penalty for Rangers. I think that's fair. But I do completely understand why the referee's instinct was to go and yellow card him, because he has spent the whole game going to
He
ground.
wasn't. I heard the announcer say he was on his way down. He
Being
was not on
dramatic.
his way down. And you can make his legs in the air. You can make a real strong argument this is legitimate. And let's see if the ref's got the
Yeah.
integrity to reverse himself.
That angle certainly doesn't
Yeah.
make it seem like he was going down before. It looks like
Wow,
he's
it
taken the foot.
He doesn't
and
start to
instantly gone
leave
down.
until his knee gets clipped by a Celtic boot. Yeah, I think this is a
Yeah.
penalty. Now he's gonna embarrass.
Now he's going to take it and score.
Penalty.
Yeah, fair.
Well, you
That's
know
the right
what? I
decision.
tell you something. I don't blame the ref for pulling a yellow card at him. He's made a fool of himself.
Certainly.
Silva was graceful about getting the yellow card removed, at least. Maybe Silva will stop diving after this too, or at least carrying
doubt
on,
it.
because, like, had he not done that, they might have awarded straight away. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of having the cry wolf effect, and instead of the effect of attracting attention.
Suppose that is the beauty of VAR, though.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of the VAR. I've just seen too many wacky stuff go on over the years prior to it. Tavernier will set up and try to bury one. Joe Hart gets ready. Also had, when he's been tested, he's come up big.
The specialist Tavernier steps up, though.
There he is. Right footer. Here it is. Comes the strike. Ooh, buries it. Top shelf.
That's why he's the specialist.
Yeah.
Hart's gone the right way there, but that is a penalty and a half.
Yeah. You don't stop.
That's fantastic.
2-1 Rangers.
Yeah, there's no stopping that.
No, he
That
did.
is
He read it
that is
perfectly,
top
yeah.
class.
Celtic, long through ball, chips it to the right, and it's not enough. Okay.
How many times have we seen that? Big moments needed. James Tavernier is the man in this team that steps up.
Brendan Rodgers looking a little anxious. Celtic plays air pinball, no foul call. The Celtic player goes down. Silva bringing it up right through the center. Is he going to strike it? No. Low pass. Fires. Intercepted. Pinball down. And, oh, Hart was a save. And Rangers finish. They make it 2-2.
Wow.
Tavernier. And they are rocking at Ibrox. Great decision by Silva, which he had every right to take that shot. It looked like an open net. He chooses to go with a low pass to the right. And after a flurry with the ball and an initial save by Hart, the rebound ends up at the back of the net. A tricky
That's
pass.
as scrappy as it gets.
Yeah. Hey, those goals count.
They
Wasn't
certainly
pretty.
count. Wasn't pretty, but you take it. Dess is right there where he needed to be to tap that home.
I think this is a
It's a
even
good
though it
decision
didn't
there
work
from
initially, I
Silva.
think that's a very clever play by Silva to sort of give a short ball in the box to the right. To me, it looked like he was going to fire one, and they're going to look for an offsides here, but I don't think they're going to find it.
I don't know, I think they might be looking at a foul.
That's
at
not
the
what they're
other
looking
end.
for.
I think he gives that. I think this goal could be chalked off by that. A Rangers foul at the start of the play on the other side of the pitch.
Pretty brutal foul too. Is that a red card? What's this? Goal counts.
He's given the free kick.
Giving the free kick. So that means the goal
think
comes
so.
off. I don't know. He just. I'm not
Well,
sure.
yeah,
what the referee
the
will.
goal wouldn't count if he's given the free kick there. Yeah.
Okay. Nope. 2-1 Rangers. Goal disallowed because of a foul on the other side of the field. No, they did, but they just disallowed it.
It stays at 2-1 to Celtic.
Free kick Celtic. Just over the midfield line. Top of the circle.
Objects being thrown into the
Game remains 2-1.
Rangers fans
fixture that
showing their disgust
want to see.
by throwing things onto the field.
Like they've done all game.
Just one
Yeah. Oh, they really. This'll learn them.
not had much of a look in
Unfortunate because it was a
so admirably.
scrappy effort by Rangers, but it definitely should have been disallowed.
Sima. Diamande.
Okay. Silva.
Lundstrom.
Just a greater intensity from Rangers in this. second
Rangers
half.
throwing
Let
Celtic's end.
play and dictate and run that midfield area.
Bars has had a massive role in this game. Thinking about it,
Mm.
had to call the first penalty, called the second penalty, and called off that goal there.
Busy in the booth.
Mm.
Ooh, wow. What a great defensive effort there.
Sterling though.
Sterling just stripped the ball easily.
Here's Goldson.
Celtic is unable to maintain.
Tavernier. Lundstrom. Sima. Here come Rangers again.
Rangers look to make the cross. Poor cross.
Dessers
Goes out for.
will retrieve.
No, they're able to just get to it in time to keep in possession of it.
An hour played of this quiet little
Taverniers up deep. It deflects.
Lundstrom. That's going to be
An area war ensued, but it ends up in a
O'Reilly.
free kick for Celtic.
Yeah, there's been a few soft ones given as well in the game.
I think he got away with that one. It just suits Celtic to slow things down. Try and
Also, we missed it before, but Scott Wright was taken out for Scott Bain.
Vickers towards Maida. Tavernier.
Number 29, Scott Bain. Ooh. Celtic definitely doesn't have the energy they had in the first half. You haven't seen that type of intensity.
Diamande hurt as he charged through there, but seems okay.
Yeah, no, they look considerably worse in the second half. They were absolutely fantastic in the first half. The intensity's not there. They've not been quite as composed in possession. Whilst whatever Clement has said to that Rangers team, they do look a lot more positive this second half.
forward run there.
Diamande just took a lot there as he charged through, and he's going to need treatment. Forgettable first half of Philip Clement's Rangers. As Brendan Rodgers has a word with his captain, Callum McGregor.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit of leadership out there now. And Callum McGregor on to try and settle things down and get a grip of the game again.
4 Japanese players in the starting lineup. God,
How fit is Callum
never
McGregor?
thought I'd see that. I don't know why, but
You can't be slightly off it in a game of this magnitude.
it
All
is,
because of Ange.
you know, we talk about, yeah, well, and I think just Japanese football in general, and that part of Asia too. You know, MLS has come a long way, but you know, Asian football has come a long way, a lot quicker than the Americans, the Chinese, and the Saudis. the South Koreans and Japan when I talk about.
Certainly.
Chinese really
Especially
haven't.
recently.
Yeah. And
Japan have been really good recently. You've seen a lot more talent come out of Japan now.
yeah, it's really amazing what they've done over there. Without pulling, big names or like what they do in the States with the DPs. And, getting their players on real good clubs in Europe.
Yeah, you look across the leagues now. There are Japanese players all across Europe now.
Yeah.
Good ones as well. You got Matoma was fantastic last season in the Premier League for Brighton. He's had injury issues. You've got plenty of Japanese players here like Kyogo and Hatate who are playing really well for Celtic.
Kamado.
Got Takefusa Kubo in Spain. He's been one of the best players in Spain for Real Sociedad. He's playing amazing. Yeah, Kamada, like you say, he was fantastic for Frankfurt, and he's at Lazio at the moment. I quite like the Japanese centre-back at Mönchengladbach. He's quite good.
You even go 20 years ago, if you're playing an Asian team in a world tournament, it was pretty much as an Asian team. It's not like that, right? You line up against Japan, you get serious real quick, or you get done in.
The thing is, like, Japan are a nightmare to play because they're so quick. Like, that is like their main attribute, it seems to be, whenever you watch Japan. They're just such a fast-paced, pressing side that they're just going to be a nightmare for anyone because they might not beat you, like, skill-wise, but they're just so...
Fast.
They're just an absolute menace to play against that they can just steal games from under you.
Rio,
you sort of see that with, like, their players.
Rio take an exit for Colin McGregor, and Hun Jung Yang will come in for Kuhn, German Kuhn, Nick Kuhn.
Yeah, the first goal for Celtic was the kind of thing you see the Japanese national team do.
Sure.
Just like Maeda coming out of nowhere, just lightning quick, stealing the ball off of the feet of the defender.
Definitely a positive impact on football. Yeah. I think as an American, I'm kind of jealous because, they were new at it. They pretty much came to it around the same time we did in the 70s and 80s. And I wouldn't say they've blown past us, but J-League's pretty strong league. Pretty well-attended league, too. Tavernier gets a free kick. He tries to swing it in. Finds a Rangers player, but it heads out.
Came from Japan.
That's true. Old Big Ange. He's a Socceroo as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's Australian. He used to be the Australian manager.
Coach,
but Celtic got him from a Japanese club.
I got you.
Can't think off the top of my head. But they're owned by the City Football Group, funnily enough.
Oh, strange.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that's why you saw a lot more Japanese players come to Celtic, because clearly they've got scouts out there.
Yeah.
Because they obviously picked up Ange Postecoglou from Japan, and then all of a sudden Japanese players came in, and they turned out to be pretty good.
They contribute. Be interesting, that question you had in the beginning of the watch along. Do these guys care? The Japanese players care. I'm going to go with yes, to an extent. Definitely not as much as the fans. But I think once anybody understands the history and, just how valuable it'll be for your career to perform in these derbies. What do we got here? I think they get into it to a certain extent.
Sounds like Cantwell might be coming on.
Cantwell.
They just said he's warming up.
Cantwell. His last name should be like Unfortunate or something. Cantwell. I mean, that's be better. And his second cousin, Not Good. Todd Cantwell and Jim Not Good. Oh, guys, this game's flying.
I want to meet Todd Canwell.
Todd Cantwell.
He must be a much better player.
Joe Dogood.
Well, Adam Ida as well. The Irishman.
Mm-hmm. Not a traitor. Adam Ida. Who's had some dramatic goals recently for Celtic. He'll go in for Kyogo. And Todd Cantwell will replace Tom Lawrence.
I think Rabbi Matondo came on as well. I'm not sure for who. I'd guess Silver and
Yeah,
Lawrence came
I got
on.
them all. As far as I can see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, Lawrence and Silver off for
Yeah,
Cantwell and
Matondo was
Matondo.
in. Yeah, Matondo was in for Silva. I don't know if I'd have taken Silva out yet, but you don't know what's going on the ground either. I mean, I'm sure the coaches can see signs when these guys are tired. I mean, as much as I can't stand his annex, no one was making things happen offensively or creating things more than Silva had for Rangers.
Well, yeah, he won the penalty, and then he was the one who sort of made that second goal that was disallowed happen.
Yeah.
With his run up the pitch and then playing out to Simmer on the right.
But I have not heard his name since, in fairness, so maybe he ran out of gas.
True.
But
True.
I wouldn't have took him out. Not yet.
I would have, just so I had to stop watching him fall on the floor. Tired of it.
Maybe he actually got hurt in that play. Wouldn't that be ironic? The penalty given.
To be fair, maybe
Miata. I just want to say, Dresden
to...
Miata. He picks up a yellow.
I'll say maybe Clement wants to try to push up the intensity on the attack, and so he's thinking fresh legs. They're going to be able to run more.
Stepping in. Yeah, they're just a little bit off when it's coming across to this side again. He's not as close to Goldson or Diamande as what he was in the first half and get the pressure on him. It's just allowing the more time to get the ball out to Tavernier.
Gordon Ramsay, one of many eager to take this game in, a game that is being watched around the big wide world. Taylor.
Celtic get it in. Top of the box. Wrestled away by Rangers. And they come the other way.
Matondo came on and scored a stunner here against Hibs last weekend. O'Reilly.
O'Reilly pulled down. Free kick Celtic. Oh, that's what he has a New York Rangers hat in there. I saw that.
You reckon he got the wrong game?
Yeah. It'd be
he
funny.
saw, oh, Rangers are playing. It must have been really disappointing when he stepped out and there was a green pitch.
Same colors, too. Yeah. Yeah, he thought it was one of those outdoor matches in the States.
Yeah, Scotland's pretty cold, would make sense.
Tavernier. Sterling gets it deep to Cantwell. Cantwell coming to the box, trying to work it in. Tavernier with a shot that goes wide and headed away by Celtic. Celtic clears it after that.
That was a lovely pass from Sterling to
Yeah, it looked
find
really
Cantwell
nice.
out wide. Seeing Rangers really step it up now.
The Celtic player down, but the ref says play on. And then he finally checks it out.
Yeah, as you can see clearly, it's a head injury. Can't allow play to go on. I mean, what does he need to see there, John Beaton?
Yang, recent substitute.
That's poor.
Lucky 13. Inju Yang, a South Korean. Has the same name and first name as our Lee over here in Wiesbaden. Celtic tries a clearance, but it goes off another Celtics player's back, and Rangers are able to turn around, and they waste that opportunity. It goes right in the Hearts' arms.
Celtic just cannot get out in this second half.
Yeah, Celtic having a lot more trouble getting out of the half than they did in the first time. Maida, excuse me. With the cross, tries to stuff it. Celtic tries to put it in, but they're blocked out in front.
The Rangers defender did really well to get across there and stop the shot. It was a lovely ball across. But yeah, just fantastic defending to stop him.
That was an incredible block for Sterling because he tracked Yang all the way. Just looked like Yang was going to stroke it home with his left foot, and Sterling got an incredible blocking.
Celtics seem to have, they're just almost break into the final third, but foul Rangers, free kick.
Pop the ball off, and then as it goes wide,
Ida with a nice cross.
Sterling gets it. Looked like Yang had the run on him initially.
John Sterling on the floor there. He's holding his knee. He's been down a little while as well.
Might need to be checked out here, but Kieran Dowell is coming on for his second Old Firm experience. He was a sub in the December derby as well. This will be his first appearance for a few months. He certainly had his injury issues. Cantwell and McGregor have a few pleasant words.
McGregor and Cantwell having a chat.
I know Sterling's down injured, but it's not the break that Rangers would want. You know, they've been right in the ascendancy the second half. Been forcing Celtic into really mistakes that are very unusual.
Sterling's still down.
And giving these types of ball away, rash decisions as well from Scales. And
Not move. That's what I always get when they don't move.
Yeah.
When they roll around, I'm always usually roll my eyes. Seems like when they roll around,
They're
the
playing.
more
it.
likely they're gonna get up.
Whereas Sterling, he didn't move and he just laid there holding his knee. It's not a good sign.
I mean, I even saw one of the Cincinnati players last night. He really he didn't get fouled. He slipped and kind of stretched his fell down funny on his knee, and he was rolling around. He looked like he was in a lot of pain, and he was. I don't think he's faking anything at all. But he was able to walk it off. You know, he told the coach to leave him in. Sterling looks like he's taking an exit.
He's walking off, which is promising.
Yeah.
It's Mohamed Diamande who will make way for Kieran Dowell.
Yeah, I think Diamande was far better in the second half. You know, he was getting on the ball more.
Aaron Dallin will go in for Mohamed Damani.
Like a bit off the pace, pretty sloppy and a few turnovers as well. But again, second half was better. But he's a player that for me always looks a bit leggy as games go on.
Well, they're just going to give Sterling a minute or two to see if he can continue. Johnston. Dowell gets his first touch. Now he gets a second and third. Sterling's back on the field.
Rangers start to pull it in.
Dowell
They get in the final third. Tried to do a through ball to a cross, but
Oh,
it goes out. And Jesus, look! I don't know why they do that. There's an indent going down into the advertisement just behind the goal, and I don't understand why so many stadiums have this thing. It looks so dangerous. This looks like an ankle breaker waiting to happen. Ida with the ball tries to bring it up.
I think Sterling's playing on. I didn't sub him.
Yeah, that is the case. Might have taken down.
When they lost the December derby, Rangers were 8 points behind Celtic. They've taken 7 more points than them.
I could see Rangers equalising this, the way they're playing.
Yeah, sure. They definitely momentum's for Rangers right now. There's no doubt about it.
My only worry for them is the time. Maybe they run out of time before they can get that second goal.
Yeah.
Or
11
Celtic
minutes
do
left.
something here.
Celtic's moving in the box. Ida's waiting for his moment. Tries to get it across to Yang. Yang tries to lay it off, but it's intercepted by Rangers. Rangers carry it up the field. They're going across the midfield line. Rangers carrying it slowly through. Looking to set up in the Celtic end. Cantwell trying to move it through. In the box. They get it in the box. Here's the shot. Deflected. It pops out, and it looks like Celtic will be able to make a clearance.
good block from the defender there.
Rangers maintain control, but a bad pass goes out. Celtic ball.
It's okay driving yourself if you end up scoring. He did really well initially to get the touch around Connor Goldson. He has given Celtic that option, that outlet.
Yeah, and the game's becoming a little bit bigger now. Back to front, there's a lot more space in around that midfield area.
Celtic are about to bring on Paulo Bernardo, who had a big say in the New Year derby with that wonderful goal.
Scrappy inside the circle. Players fall, dropping like flies in this game.
To go, plus presumably a fair old chunk of stoppage time.
Okay, here's an opportunity for Rangers.
Bernardo
Excuse me,
will
Celtic.
replace Matt O'Reilly imminently.
Celtic breaks it up, brings it to the midfield.
Tavernier.
Cantwell tries to get the ball through, and gets a. Cantwell actually pushed Maida.
Matt O'Reilly scoring his first Old Firm goal.
Maida
Straight down the middle.
thought about pushing him back, thought better,
Replaced by Paulo Bernardo.
and we're getting a substitution.
Fair play to Matt O'Reilly to have the cheek
Matthew O'Reilly
to do it
be replaced by Paul Bernardo.
of this magnitude.
O'Reilly.
Paulo Bernardo,
The footballer.
excuse me, yeah.
Season it could prove unlucky for Rangers if it stays this way. But Rangers are giving it their best shot to save their derby day.
Oh boy,
Lundstrom,
getting close to coffee time.
Tavernier, Seema, McGregor in and about, but Seema hangs in there. Lundstrom, caught by Maida.
I think he's taken a tumble there, John Lundstrom.
You know, listen, I think it's a clear free kick. Maida comes in, steps across. I mean,
Aida's had quite a few of those this game where he's just come in late, clipped the defender.
It is a free kick for Rangers. The captain who converted.
Free kick Rangers. In swinger. Goes off the head of one of the players and out for a goal kick.
falling for Tavernier. John Lundstrom just went too early.
Not a bad delivery either. Doesn't get much better than that.
Would have been offside.
Long kick for Hart.
On by Ida. Lundstrom with his knee means that
Butwell. Or Butland. Butwell.
Butwell.
Butwell. Butland.
Butwell and Cantland.
Butland with the long kick. Headed away by Celtic. As they attempt to control it, trying to run it through. Not able to do it. Ball comes all the way back to Butwell. Or Butland. He does the long kick. And the war in the air ends up in Rangers' favor, but behind the midfield line.
You can feel the tension wrapped around this famous arena. Rangers pushing for an equaliser.
Souter looking like a war veteran with that gauze on his head. Oh, Rangers get it in top of the box. Cleared away, but Rangers still control. Now they're in the left side of the box. Try to get it in. But the fire's put out again by Celtic. Souter intercepts a streaking Ida. And Tavernier takes it up the right side. He lobs one in, and it rolls right out. 4 passes from Tavernier today. Nothing really is connecting. 5 minutes to go for a 2-1 lead for Celtic. It's really been the tale of 3 teams. Rangers, Celtic, and whoever was playing for Rangers in the first half. A lot of garbage on the field again.
All day that's happened.
Why would you want to shit up your own pitch?
So it is.
Well, can't control the ball. Sterling makes a beautiful interception. Here's an opportunity. Fires in, blocked away, out in front. Another shot. Wide. No, it's in.
The big deflection there.
Hart can't handle it.
Abdullah Simmer with the goal there. Takes a huge deflection, but
like he took a bouncing volley after flex out. Oh, really? Oh, kind of an off-speed
Matondo
kick.
shoots. Yeah, Matondo shoots, bounces out for the volley from Simmer, who just blasts it off of the Celtic defender there.
Oh, that's why it's
not a chance for Hart. Not a chance
no, not
for
a chance
Hart.
in the world. Can't blame him at all.
Mm.
We're all tied up with a little more than 6 minutes to go and some change.
Had the feeling that was coming. Rangers were just knocking on that door, and Celtic really, especially in the second half of this, really haven't been able to keep up.
Celtic,
stark contrast.
They got it deep. Ida fires and buries it. Beautiful goal. The Irishman.
Oh, no. Celtic up the other end. Blimey. Wow.
We're 3-3 after the Rangers finally break through.
So I was just saying about how Rangers have looked much better in this second half compared to Celtic, and all of a sudden Celtic just fly up the pitch, pass it through them like nothing, and then Ida does really well there.
Adam Ida.
He looks bright after coming on.
Woo! Smokes.
That's a lovely finish.
Adam
Through
Ida
the legs of the defender.
continuing his tradition of getting dramatic goals late in the game.
That could be huge.
The twists and turns of an Old Firm game. 2 goals in the space of 71 seconds.
Celtic leads
And Rangers
3-2
jubilant moments
right after it was equalized. Now 3 minutes to go. Adam Ida stands to be a Celtic hero late in the game once again.
So just when we're talking that Rangers have not created that chance, they get the equaliser, but then you always say you're most vulnerable when you've just scored, and Celtic took full advantage of that moment.
That's a real gut punch for Rangers.
Absolutely.
It's taken them 86 minutes to get back level after that lightning goal, and it's gone straight away.
Todd Cantwell.
Bravo to Celtic, though.
subs
Yeah.
have now contributed 20 goals in the Premiership this season. Strength in depth.
Substitute strikers do what substitute strikers are supposed to do.
Adamida with 6 goals in 9 Premiership outings now for Celtic. It is Dessers though. Taylor's header has given Rangers another glimpse here. Seema, Cantwell, Tavernier.
Tavernier got it deep to Todd Cantwell. He tries to go wide with it,
Scales and Rangers back at it, back on it.
but
Could
it's
be
punched.
set up for a dramatic finish here.
Cantwell deep. Near the corner kick area.
Cantwell.
He tries to get it. He's fouled. Dangerous free kick after a foul by Maida.
Just allows Rangers to throw another ball in.
Tavernier lines up. It's to the right of the box.
Tavernier then. Will this be another big moment for Rangers? They need
Here's the delivery.
it by Tavernier.
It's on net. No. Wide.
And there's going to be a VAR check here, though. I'm not sure what for.
Goldson's second chance this game that he maybe should have done better with.
Come on, Liam Scales.
Looks like there's going to be a VAR check.
Extra minute is confirmed.
What for?
Take a bit more than 8 at this rate.
Potential foul by Celtic, but it's already been washed. Hart with a goal kick. It's real deep. The air war begins.
Rangers, having controlled the first half, got themselves back to 2-2, but now looking to save the game.
Miaida.
Again, that's awkward from
Uh-oh. Here's an opportunity.
Yang.
Yang fights for the ball, and it goes out. Rangers ball. Rangers throwing.
Yeah, that was a bit crazy for Kieran Dowell taking a ball in for Tavernier and just whipping it right across his own box.
Well,
Celtic back on course to win the first 3 league derbies in the season for the first time since Martin O'Neill managed it 20 years ago. And the only other time it happened was 20 years before that. Under
Tavernier.
20-year cycles and all that, unless Rangers have something to say yet, and they might do the way this half has gone.
He's got to be cleaner there, John Lundstrom, with the ball.
Sterling, who has recovered from his injury. Matondo is chasing this with Johnston. It's not gone out, actually.
He does well, Johnson.
I may skip Liverpool and go right to Fenerbahce, take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be winning that.
Richard Davy Hay there alongside.
I got everything made already. I could put it up right afterwards.
He did it in 83-84, won the first 3 league derbies.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine by
I'll just
me.
leave that in the couch, yeah. But I definitely want to watch that one tonight.
20 years on, and Brendan Rodgers close to it. Brendan Rodgers has the highest win ratio of any Old Firm manager.
I think more crap on the field.
But still time for Rangers.
Todd Cantwell.
Now Dessers. Matondo.
Rotundo. Cantwell. Now he's in the box, surrounded by
Rangers desperate to
Celtic.
keep this alive. Lundstrom.
Rangers playing desperate. Strike on the net. And he buries it! Unbelievable! What a game!
What the hell? That is a hell of a goal for Rabbi Matondo. An absolute rocket into the top corner there. Wow. Just wow.
In a captivating contest, in a pulsating derby, you just can't beat the Old Firm, and this is why.
Oh, what a ridiculous game, but this is brilliant from Matondo. I cannot believe, though, that Yang lets him on the
Tondo with a perfect strike.
We've seen him score this,
That is an unbelievable finish for Rabbi.
but the finish.
One of those goals you give him in
Takes
FIFA
it
and
past
you're
the
like,
defender.
it's
Yeah,
like,
they wouldn't score that in real life.
like an algorithm goal, yeah. Right? It was just his turn.
Uh,
Boom.
big finesse into the far corner.
Yeah.
Last week coming on against Hibs, cutting inside on his right foot. This one is even better.
I feel kind of bad for Joe Hart this game because you look at these goals and it's like, what could Joe Hart have done?
No.
Like, I'm not sure what keeper would have stopped that. That was a perfect strike
Yeah,
there
you
from
got a
Matondo.
penalty and
And the massive deflection, which, you know, what
no,
can
he
you do
can't
for
anything.
that?
He never can do anything about it.
So he's conceded 3, but can't really fault him for it.
Celtic playing just as desperately in the Rangers end. We have a whistle.
What else has this game got? But I cannot believe from the
Aggressive down, but he seems to walk it off.
Matondo's going to do, don't you?
Well, I think he's not the strongest on his left foot, I would say, so you would want to push him down the line. You know, but allowing him to come back inside and get a free shot off at goal, you know, really poor defender.
Luke Clement looking a bit like a genius now.
Yeah.
He brought on both Simmer and Rabbi Matondo in the second half, and they've both got the goals. And they look like a completely different side in the second half. Whatever he said at half time has really changed this.
Cool.
Just Celtic was so dominant in that first half.
Soder gives up a dangerous ball. Rangers able to recover, but they have to get it all the way back to Butland. Who then responds with a long kick. Gets the middle field. Foul. Rangers. Free kick Celtic. A little too far off to go for goal. But any free kick in this type of situation late in the game is it's spooky. Not out of Nakamura range, though. Yeah, this is about where Nakamura got it against all those years ago against United, right? In Champions League.
Shinsuke.
Rangers. It looks like they made a shot at goal there. That was a strange effort. It seemed kind of
awful
wasteful.
effort.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah. O'Reilly
So it
just
wasn't
bats
on
away.
target for a shot, and it wasn't near any Celtic players for the assist.
We are in injury time. 2 minutes left. All things are even.
Taking him off at this stage of the game.
Connor Goldson coming off.
And he's replaced by Leon Balogun. Leon Balogun. Oh, here's a... Oh, boy. Rangers almost snuck in at the end there.
They're really keeping this pressure on.
well, hasn't it, Dessus? Can't defeat.
Just-
It's going to be a Celtic throw. I'm not sure what Rangers were doing in the first half when Celtic were excellent and in firm control of the game. It's been a very different story in this contrasting second half. Ibrox a little silent again as Taylor looks to pick out Myler, but that's
Oh,
not happening. And if
terrible.
there's only one final chance, it might come the way of the hosts.
There's a poor pass from Taylor. Yeah, this is about
The Rangers fans calling for the team to push forward.
Isn't it better to take the draw at this point? Why would you take any chances?
I think we're at the stage now where
Because the 3 points is worth it.
Tavernier pops that back.
Thing is, if you draw this, you're reliant on the other team fucking up against someone else, or you winning the other.
Oh, there's five, just wide.
So close to the winner from serial debtors, and that would have topped off the afternoon.
I think it's a foul on Todd.
Dessa's stride there. It's not a bad chance. I reckon Hart had that though.
Yeah, he really didn't strike the ball.
He got
very
across well.
But I don't blame him for taking the shot there.
It was getting right there last second. You're well worth taking a strike. Catches it okay, but just slices across it, goes past the post.
Real Dessers kind of having a quiet game.
It's almost over. What a shame. It is over.
And that's it.
3-3.
They've blown the whistle full time.
Celtic lost the first,
All square at the end.
came out
I think 3-3 is a fair
Sure.
a fair scoreline. Celtic dominated that first half, but Rangers certainly did look like the better side in that second.
Rangers are almost played. Uh-oh, we got some pushing and shoving. You asked before if these guys care.
to what has been a
Little tussle between Rangers and Celtics player. A little shoving, pushing and shoving. It seems to be calming down now, though.
between these teams. But this is up there. This is right up there. Everyone's trying to calm the situation down. Good luck on a day like this. After a game like this.
Yeah, they seem to have calmed. They're shaking hands now. What happened here? The whistle blew. Well, Cantwell said something. And I can't see what Celtic player seemed to put his hands around his nearest neck.
Kenny, how would you sum up that remarkable game?
It's been a sensational game, it really was. Celtic in full control. Truth be told, probably unfortunate, only going 2 up at half time.
Yeah, it seems to calm down. So is this a bigger result for Celtic or Rangers? I would say Rangers because, you know, no one really expected them to even compete, considering last year. And they're playing well at late. But it does seem every time Rangers seem to have the advantage over Celtic, they just kind of blow it on the field and in the table. You know, they had a big win. They took first place just before the international break, and just at the end of it, they managed to blow it.
Well, that's what I would argue. This is bigger for Celtic
Oh, really?
because they're ahead anyway. So this means that they stay ahead of Rangers. So Rangers are sort of in a position they either need to win the next Old Firm to win the title, or they are reliant on Celtic dropping points against other teams in the league.
So we could see
So-
a situation where the Old Firm decides this league.
Potentially, yeah, because obviously how close it is. A draw here means nothing to both, right? They stay exactly the same as they were before this game. And Celtic are top, so Celtic are in the driver's seat at the moment. So yeah, that game could... I mean, if both sides don't drop points against the others, that game will decide the title, essentially.
All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna watch the old Liverpool match. And then we'll come back with Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Good luck doing the names in that one. But I've really never seen it before, and I want to experience it. So maybe you'll come join us. That'll be 7:30 UK PM. You guys don't do the military time as much as the Germans do, I guess. No?
Well, you do. Like, your clocks are in 24 hours, but no one really says it
No, it says it. Yeah.
like that. Like, it'll be 1900 on your clock, but you'll say it's 7 p.m. Yeah, it's a weird one, that, thinking about it.
Yeah, the Germans kind of say
Usually
it.
we
The
do
Germans
it.
usually say it, do they? I'm trying to think. Sad state for the Glory Hunters watching the Scots. Hey, we're about to do Turkey and ignore the Prem. What do you think of that? We're always bringing you this. If I had more energy, maybe if I worked out more, probably get to see all 3 games, but I don't got the energy to do it. All right, everybody, have a good one. See you in a few hours.